The issue that I talk about is corruption scandals in college sports. One of NCAA's laws regarding student athletes is that they can receive any financial compensation by either professional agents or organizations while playing in college. It has become quite serious since the FBI has involved wiretaps and arrests. The root cause of this problem is that student athletes believe they're not getting enough financial support from school. Yes, they're getting paid for their school tuition, food, place to live, but some of the student athletes are more interested in going to the NBA or pro and making as much money as they can since sometimes their families are economically unstable. And that extra step that school requires you to take is sometimes not what the player is looking for. They see all the money that is being generated by the NCAA and they don't get a lot of it. This is when corruption from external organizations and reps try to influence the athlete to take a wrong decision. During my paper, I talk about three solutions. One was a very drastic solution, which was to professional college sports. That means athletic departments become professional franchises owned by the university, and athletes would become employees, drawing wages and with same tuition benefits as other employees. Limited to top power conferences for men's football and basketball, which is where most corruption scandals occur and where most of the money is being made. All college programs that run at a deficit would join a subdivision that could run like the NCAA. This program would stop any corruption and lies that the NCAA reps and agents do since they won't be in power. There will be a salary cap and draft for high school athlete recruitment, like having a minor league but attached to college as a benefit to obtain degrees prior to pro career. A good idea as money is flowing, athletes get compensated for their image and aren't forced to be students. My second solution was to keep enforcing the current NCAA rule at a required course in school, educating the student athletes on why they aren't being paid, benefits of being a student athlete, and options they can take if NCAA rules won't be followed to avoid corruption schemes from the beginning. There are policies to follow with the goal of helping the student athlete have an education before starting pro careers, but also develop their athletic skills. The truth is that at the end, the players are going to do whatever they want. The incentives and support during college, if they aren't good enough, because of the one and done rule that would still be active, they can go play professionally 1 year outside of the US, join the NBA Developmental League, and an NFL sponsored developmental league should be created to increase options for athletes. I think corruption will end. I don't think all this issue will end up on a lockout of certain power conferences because that would be a lot of lost money and teams don't want their name involved in corruption on the media. My third and chosen solution was to create a required financial program for student athletes. It would take the next 2 years to implement the program. Student athletes would be required to join a union that protect him or her. Each student athlete will have a financial advisor that will be required to meet every month to talk about student status. And the economic plan will set the student athlete in one of these three financial programs divided between low income, medium, and high income. Students will have a certain number of stipends, with each being a certain amount depending on their economic situation. Stipends and types of payments should be based on the hours of effort put in. Low income and some medium will acquire bonuses, which could be vacation, traveling, or give like a ticket to a certain event, depending on the performance and goals achieved during the semester as an athlete and student. As an incentive to graduate, student athletes' children education, it will also be free at the school that they go to. For student athletes, families in need, there will be an assistance program since it is one of the students' top concerns. Another rule that should be put down is NBA's one and done rule. It's understandable that NBA wants athletes to attend college and be close to education as possible. But at the end, student athletes that want to get paid will leave for the country for a year or join NBA's developmental league and come back for the drafts or to play NBA. By taking out this law, many professional career paths will open to young professionals that don't want to go to college. NFL should also create a developmental league to expand options. In general, I think student athletes should have more freedom and they should be able to negotiate with their schools for an amount that shows their worth and contribution to the institution. A deal that can't be achieved means athletes should be out of there. By no means should they be receiving money from other companies or institutions while being a student athlete. They would be able to if they join the NBA or another professional league.